everyone, this is Miss Anne here at the Warminster Township Free Library, and welcome to Poem in Your Pocket Kit number 3. So this is what it will look like at the very end, the end result, but let's take a look at how you can decorate your own kit. Now, as a reminder, these kits are kind of do-it-yourself, be as creative as you'd like. This is an idea, but it's not what you need to do, or if you don't want to do it the way that I did it, you can do it however you'd like. Treat this as just kind of a way to help you kind of formulate your own ideas on how to decorate the poem. First, let's go over the supplies. If you pick up a kit here at the library, your kit will include an index card or a piece of paper that's roughly 5 inches by 7. It will include the poem Dream Maker by Jane Yolen, 2 kinds of paint, a fork, I think 2 or 3 toothpicks, and then you will supply the markers or crayons and the scissors. Now feel free to use whatever supplies were also included in kit number 1 and 2. If you have extras, you are more than welcome to use whatever we provided in past kits to kind of elevate what you will be making today. So step number 1 is to cut out the poem however you'd like. So grab those pairs of scissors. Parents, you can do this ahead of time for our youngest patrons. All right, now in this poem, the Dream Maker poem, I chose to kind of create what looks to be like a boot, and then I cut out the author, Jane Yolen, and in like 2 little pieces there. But this is just an idea. You can decide to cut out each line like we did in one of the other kits. You could cut out each individual piece or word. If you're going to do word to word, I recommend you do it line by line and one at a time. So as you're cutting, you're also pasting. Step number 2 is to glue everything down. So you want to glue down your poem first before you decorate the rest of it. So in this case, I glued the main body of the poem to the upper left-hand side and then the author to the lower right-hand side. So now you're going to get out your paint and the toothpicks and forks. You will notice that you do not have a brush. That's because you guys are going to be using the fork and the toothpick as your painting instruments. However, if you pick up kit number 2, it did come with a brush, and feel free to use that if you so desire. So you're using that fork and that toothpick as your brush. You will design, a background or try to paint with it. It can be a little tricky at first. All right, now step number 4 is to paint your card. Online, I saw a way that you can create tulips using a fork and paint, so I attempted to make that as well. And then you'll see I made little V's using the toothpick, and those are supposed to be birds. So you can draw little flowers, you can do birds off in the distance, and again, you could try doing something of your own. So whatever it is that you would like. I added a little bit of the red to that light blue, and it kind of created a nice pinkish color. I'm using it as like the center of my tulips. Step number 5, again, the hardest step, is to wait. And this, I recommend to wait for 30 to 60 minutes, especially if you have a lot of globs of paint. So definitely you want to wait for everything to dry. Now, I didn't mention this before, but for step number 4, you could mix your paints. But remember, once you mix your paints, you can't go back and get the paint that you want, the original color. So before you paint, just make sure that you want to do that. So parents, that is something that you could also do off to the side on like a paper plate or something like that. You can only mix half of it, so that way you have 3 colors. Sky's the limit on that one. But for step number 5, you're going to wait for that paint to dry. Go outside, go for a walk, go and color. Use the rest of the paint if you so desire on something else, because the paint is yours to keep. So step number 6 is to get out those markers. Once you're done and everything is dry, you want to get the markers out, and now you can decorate around it. You'll notice that, I left the paint, but there's no stem. So with your markers, you can design something else. So in the case of the markers, I took out a green marker and I created stems for the little flowers that I created, the tulips that I attempted to make. I added some more detail like a rain shower because it's April showers, spring May flowers. and we are in April, so I designed like a little rainstorm around our poem. But really, sky's the limit on that one. You can color it in however you'd like. And feel free to color on the poem itself. It's that white paper, so you can do what I did with the first kit, which is like color inside the, highlight a certain word or color inside a certain letter. That's up to you. Step number 7, always you can give your poem to someone or hang it on the fridge. This is the poem Dream Maker by Jane Yolen. The shining silver moon is a coin hung in the sky to pave the old dream maker whenever he goes by. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this poem in your pocket kit. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back in a little bit with kit number 4.